about. I saw a hand raised.
Yeah, so one of the criticisms that I've heard from certain Christian entertainment, especially movies that deal with, I forget the name of it, but it started Michael Biehn, and it was an apocalyptic tale, the Antichrist, and one of the criticisms was at the end that Jesus was almost made out to be like an action hero, as opposed to Lord.
So the movie Jesus Christ Vampire Slayer.
Right. So one of the pitfalls you had talked about was making sure that you don't glamorize evil. What about the flip side, that we don't reduce Jesus and that message to a
equal but opposite opponents?
Yeah.
Jesus can be an action hero. When he saw that they had the market and the church, he
Made
broke
his own
stuff.
whip.
He went crazy.
Chicken.
I think it goes back to what I was talking about earlier with treating both sides of the equation with the integrity that they deserve in order to make a good story. Because if you're making out Jesus to be something that he's not, then if you're aiming for a Christian target audience at all, you're going to lose all. But if you're treating it with the integrity that hopefully you're passionate about, that's what you're creating, then it's you're not going to turn him into something like that.
Whenever I'm talking about Christian entertainment, a lot of people will bring up Facing the Giants and Fireproof and what have you. And I know in Fireproof, what's his name?
No, Kirk Cameron.
Kirk Cameron.
Yeah.
He was very adamant about not doing the kiss scene at the end with anyone other than his wife.
Right.
And I could certainly appreciate that, but and I wonder if that's why we're scared to, like you say, do more of a real depiction of evil, because we don't want to ask someone to do that. But Jesus told stories.
If your church has a Christmas play, then who plays the devil?
Exactly.
Right. Is he sinning by doing that?
Right. And so I think sometimes we have a little weird feeling there where we're like, well, we don't want to ask someone to act like that. What if that was, to take root or something? But I feel like Jesus told stories, and that's how he made us told them. And I feel like we should treat that as we're telling a story. We're not advocating a behavior or a lifestyle.
And that's a problem I honestly am struggling with. And I have a character, my protagonist actually is very naughty. And it's kind of a mistake. I'm struggling with how to make it work in such a way that people still like her. Because if your people stop liking your protagonist, they're going to look down. So you got to make sure that this is going to happen. Your target audience is still going to like her, and then I got to feel comfortable with writing all this stuff, which it's going to work. But if she's not naughty, then where's the redemption? All of us, it doesn't matter if we've actually done stuff or we've thought about it. All of us have issues. All of us are screwed.
And some of the books I publish, the ways that I try to blend the religion and the horror, if I might be a corporate shill for a moment here. Legend of Glory North is kind of a Narnian type story where a boy goes to a sort of magical land where animals talk and there are weird things. He eventually finds his great several generations grandfather, who was the first guy who went there, and explores his theory that the land was created by fallen angels who were jealous of God's creation, wanted to make their own. Yeah.
Oh man, not religious.
Bayor, this is not at all a Christian book, but it does explore religious themes. In this case, a necromancer is on trial by the church for communing by the dead, or communing with the dead. This is an 18-over book. It contains some scenes of zombie work, we'll say. Okay. All right. Immortal Betrayal and Mortal Burden. This is about a Viking who gets cursed to become a vampire. And eventually, God puts him in charge of the entire undead community.
Wow.
Past Lives, this is written by a guy that I'm in Bible study with. This is not a Christian book, but his next book, Dark Halo, is about spiritual warfare. This is a serial killer reincarnated into a normal man, and the two lives fighting each other. It involves hypnosis and some other things. There are some Christian themes, yes.
Sins of the Father.
Right. And then Afterthoughts. This is a psychic detective who can occasionally refines, things like that. And then in the second one, she takes on a girl who is maybe possessed by a demon. Which, if you can read minds, is not necessarily someone you want to get involved with. The exorcism scene is very well done and well researched.
Before we run out of time, I'm going to give away a couple of small items real quick. Who can tell me who created Hellboy?
This is Mark. I forgot his name.
Close.
Joe.
Oh, you almost had it.
It's Joe or Mark, right?
It sounds kind of like Mark.
I have this huge volume 1 book, and I just
Could be a Mike instead of a Mark.
I can't remember what it was.
Well, you got the first letter right.
I know what he's
No one else knows who created Hellboy.
Make no one.
I got my hands back.
Actually, I met him and he said that he gets that kind of reaction a lot from Christians who avoided his work initially because of the whole connection with hell, and then came to really enjoy it. I've also run into people who have come and questioned us at the Fans for Christ table about who we are and what our views are on things, and they're surprised to find out how many of us are real fans of Hellboy. So we have some pretty good fans of anybody like Resident Evil?
Yeah. Just
Well, there's
You guys split those. Anybody like Dead Space?
here. Claire's my woman.
All right.
Speaking of devil,
Yes. Yeah. Two of these. And Dead Time Stories. Paranormal Activity. Predators and Nightmare on Elm Street. So you guys, on your way out, come grab one of those if you want. And I forgot to mention this. The CD was actually donated to us by HM Magazine, who also gave us some press.
publicity.
Yep, for the panel here, so we'll give them a shout out. And also we also have a couple of stickers. If you want the HM stickers, you can sign up to read them at hmmagazine.com. And a Voided Realities bookmark. So first come, first serve on that.
You guys ever Darksiders? It's entirely about the Horsemen of the Apocalypse.
Oh yeah.
First one you play as Lore, and the Apocalypse came way too early, and it turns out an angel that Abaddon betrayed him and summoned the Destroyer, and becomes Lore a Mankind, and you're just trying to redeem yourself. The second one's coming out in the day that it's awesome. The artwork is
I did see the concept art for the next one.
young Radical.
Looks like we have time for one more question. Sure. Finish up. Anybody? Or no more questions. We do it like that too.
Wraps up nice and neat that way.
I guess, what do you guys think of the devil inside me coming out?
I did want to take the time to go see that before the convention, but things happened. I thought it was epic. I believe it came out like a week or two ago. It looks like it might have merit, but trailers, you can never tell.
It's got an awesome plot.
Hollywood, unfortunately, is getting worse at making movies and better at making trailers for the bad movies.
Yeah, right.
The trailer was the only good thing.
Pretty
I
much.
like the Avengers trailer where you had no idea in the first trailer what they were even fighting. And now I know I'm pretty much
Well, I think
and he's got either the Kree or the Skrulls, so you get to see some sweetener collective warfare going on.
there's some trailers.
Because they tell you nothing about them. They want to show you like beautiful images.
Yeah.
But it's like, well, what is the movie about? Why would I-
5-second cuts and the newest rock, the heavy rock music song. That's it.
I can't remember what it was, but one of my friends sent me. He was like, "This is going to be the best movie this year." And I watched it. Couldn't tell what it was about. I was like, "What is it about?" He's like, "I don't know." But it's gonna be.
Whatever it is, man.
And somebody else was like, "I think it's about an astronaut." I'm like, "What?"
Is it the cowboy alien?
No, I can't remember what it was. The trailer had some running water and I don't know, just like unrelated images, but it's like, well, I want to see that. What it's about.
They've also cut trailers a lot. Because like one movie that I haven't seen it granted is Mary's Baby, and that trailer is like 3 minutes long, whereas everything now is like 30 seconds. So there was also a lot more story.
Well, I told the government Saturday as part of somebody's book campaign. That was more mudslinging.
I guess once we're wrapping up, just want to thank all y'all for coming out. If you have any questions that you couldn't get out of your lips now, over in the dealer section, track 29, right in the front row, we got the Saints for Christ. We got the row behind that. We got this wonderful man's booth. God,
My name is.
horrible with names. Horrible with names.
Dave Maddox.
Mike McDonald.
So, any kind of idea or comment you want to leave or talk about, we're happy to have you. And there's free candy.
Church tomorrow. Absolutely.
That's right.
Thanks for coming, everybody.
What do you think?